So there was one thing, the last piece of weird news. I didn't know if you knew this. I didn't know this. Back in 2017, Gatorade was banned and fined $300,000 for bad-mouthing water in a video game.
Toy Story?
Gatorade.
Toy Story?
Oh, it is always the Gatorade Toy Story debate when it's Mr. Johnson at the helm trying to figure out what the heck he is doing.
What I'm listening to.
And it's
Or not.
it's always a good reminder to him as well, so that way he kind of pays attention when things are going. So that way he doesn't have another Gatorade Toy Story moment that quickly reveals the fact that he was not paying attention. And the grimace on his face every time is well worth it. Every single time.
It's just so embarrassing.
Why do you think I keep it as an intro? It reminds you so that way
You best listen.
you know to listen in the future. And you better pay attention today because we're going to be covering quite a range of items. It's 2022 and we've already started off with a crazy amount of news. Some of it good, some of it bad, some of it, I guess, depending on which side of the aisle you're on and if you like it or not. So there's quite a few things. So that's why, it's like, oh, hey, let's do a couple quick hits on this and get some of Aaron Johnson's reaction on them. One of them I was very disappointed to hear that he hadn't even heard of, which made me really sad considering the potential future career that he's thinking of.
Right.
So let's go ahead and start with that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So in Canada right now, there is, in case you hadn't seen it, there is a convoy of truckers that the United States truckers have actually joined as well.
Wow.
Why is it wild?
It's getting serious.
So these truckers, I don't know if so I'm going to guess you haven't seen any of the videos then as well about this since you hadn't heard of it then.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So there was a bunch of truckers, convoy in Canada protesting the vaccination mandate in Canada that's going in.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I saw one of the videos was a bunch of people literally like standing on their cars parked on the side of the road, like cheering the truckers as they drove through parts of Canada.
Nice. But wait, what truckers are they cheering for?
The truckers that were driving in the convoy.
Okay, yeah. Good. Go them.
So, you have a bunch of people they call it the Freedom Convoy.
Freedom Convoy.
Is what they call it.
Funny. Okay.
Why is it funny?
Well, I guess America's not on Canada's level yet. But since it's all being talked about having the vaccine mandates for truckers, hopefully we don't have to.
Mm-hmm.
Just because of the whole idea of, I thought as Americans this is supposed to be a free country, but maybe not.
Well, so for those on the side of the I guess you could say the requirement, the mandate,
Yeah.
they would say, well, this is how you get your freedom back to go do all the stuff you want. And then
be free, you got.
And then all the other people who are on the other side are saying, well, I should have the freedom to choose what I get injected in me or not, sort of deal. Which thankfully, I don't know if you saw it or not. So after the Supreme Court ruled that the federal, vaccination requirements for jobs, for employers, big employers, was unconstitutional and struck it down and said OSHA can't implement this. This could obviously be implemented by a law in Congress still or something like that. So it's not like it's out of the realm possibility of ever happening, but at least OSHA cannot mandate it.
Right.
They then said, okay, so since OSHA can't mandate it and we're not going to do that, a bunch of large employers all of a sudden said, yeah, we're not going to do this anymore. So one of the ones that was the first to drop their mandate was Starbucks.
Really?
Yeah, like a day or two after the Supreme Court said we are no longer going to require, the day or two after Supreme Court said that the OSHA mandates were unconstitutional, Starbucks said, yep, we're going to drop our requirements of you being vaccinated and or tested, sort of deal.
Wow. Well, I guess that's good. I would say.
So it was one of the first ones that came right up and did that.
Of course, being Starbucks.
I know. But other companies like T-Mobile, they've doubled down and said, hey, if you're not vaccinated by, I believe it's like April 2nd, and you're working their corporate office at least, then you'll be
Bye-bye.
let go.
Wow.
So companies are still free to implement this vax mandate in their own company if they so choose to. It's just not federally regulated by OSHA now.
Right.
So this freedom convoy with the truckers, why did it originally start? Do you know? I'm going to guess you probably don't know since you haven't read anything on it, I'm assuming. No, okay.
No.
So originally started as a protest against the requirement of truckers that cross the country lines between the United States and Canada be vaccinated.
Oh, so it was all just for a vaccine mandate thing.
Yeah, that's how it started.
Okay.
And then, so it was the cross-border truckers, but eventually it moved into like this big old thing against coronavirus regulations, period. That's what turned into.
Okay.
So they estimated there were about 2,700 trucks there at the Capitol yesterday as the final part of the protest.
What capital? Like
of Canada.
Oh, okay. Trying to think.
Just think about this logically, Aaron. If they're protesting in Canada, what capital would they go to protest Canadian laws and issues?
Probably
Gatorade?
Yes.
Yes, exactly.
Correct.
So they estimated again about 2,700 trucks were there. And I find it funny in the article from the New York Post about this that they complained that few wore masks. Okay. But the majority sported balaclavas. Do you know what a balaclava is?
No. I was thinking claves, but that's very different.
What's a clave?
It's like,
Oh, you mean the musical instrument?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Remember, hand motions do not translate to sound.
My bad.
I'm sure you've seen people wearing balaclava, even if you don't even know what one is. A balaclava, it covers essentially the entire face in like fabric, except for the eyes. People traditionally wear one in the cold to keep themselves warm.
Yeah, those things look sick.
I'm sure Brewer has worn many in
Yes.
his life.
Yes. Oh, he definitely has.
Yep. What am I supposed to be looking at? The one with the tentacles? Yeah, okay. Again, doesn't translate to audio.
No,
sir.
I just
Okay.
That looks sick. No,
So they did interview a few people, obviously, for this at the Capitol. One of the people said, it's not just about the vaccines. It's about stopping the public health mandates altogether. And this was the owner of Valley Flatbed and Transportation in Nova Scotia.
Nova Scotia.
Which I don't know exactly where Nova Scotia is, but
it's a cool name, though.
Yeah, it's in Canada. I'm horrible with geography, so you can't. If you ask me, point to Nova Scotia on a map, unless it was marked, I would not be able to tell you.
It's north of here, at least in one way or another.
Thanks.
Racine, Wisconsin.
And apparently, a bunch of the truckers were carrying flags that said "F Trudeau." So we're gonna have a "Let's Go Trudeau" or "Let's Go Brandon" part 2.
Joy.
So
this world's going to go into chaos. It already is in chaos. Never mind.
I'd say we're already in chaos. What are you talking about? So, that's going on just north of us. And I thought at first, okay, this was just going to be Canadian truckers. Apparently, truckers from the US went up and did this. Truckers in Australia organized a convoy as well. And truckers in Italy are doing the same exact thing.
Oh, I don't want to piss those guys off.
Well, think about this way. We need
stuff delivered.
We need a ton of stuff delivered. Our world relies on stuff being delivered, and then all of a sudden you have, hey, guess what? No, we're going to protest and just go drive and do this. It's not like this was a cheap thing for them to do.
Oh no,
because they're not getting paid for deliveries during this time. Probably no, they're not getting paid for deliveries during this time, and gassing up one of those trucks. Can you imagine how
It's
expensive,
expensive.
especially if they're coming from all the way across the country to join in this protest?
It's a lot of gas. They're probably not the most fuel efficient.
No, definitely not, and they're not EVs, so they're definitely having a little issue there.
Yeah, that's pricey. Shoot, I mean, for me, it cost like $100 about to fill my tank. Granted, I don't know. Diesel's more expensive than regular gas, isn't it?
Typically, yes.
Yeah. No, and that was I don't know because like I have a friend that has diesel vehicles, and like it'll do a little bit better gas mileage than like my truck and stuff like that. Well, yeah. So, in that aspect, it helps, but I mean, it's expensive, and I mean, for how big those tanks got to be, that's a lot of money going into one tank. And I only have a 30-something gallon tank, so man, that sucks.
Yeah, and in this whole trucker convoy. Now, there's estimations on how many trucks have participated in this fully. There's some people that are estimating up to 50,000 vehicles have been participating in the convoy effort.
That's massive.
Yep. And they have been
Ooh.
doing a fundraiser apparently for the truckers as well.
Cool.
So that's maybe how they're able to do that. But
Right.
do you want to guess
How do
how
you get
much
the
they've raised in Canadian dollars, not US dollars, in Canadian dollars? How much they have raised on GoFundMe for this? Take a guess. Take a stab. And this is as of January 29th at 3:55 PM Central Time.
$500,000.
Oh, no. Way up.
Yeah.
Go up.
Good.
Go up. Take a guess.
$3 million.
3 million?
Yeah.
You're still short.
10 million.
A little over.
Okay. Whew.
$8.2 million Canadian.
No. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's a lot of gas.
Now, when this article was written on the 26th, so just 3 days ago,
Right.
they were at 5.5 million.
That went quick. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of money fast.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the thing is, like, the thing about GoFundMe, have you ever looked at GoFundMe before?
I mean, I've looked at it.
Okay.
I mean, I've donated through GoFundMe.
You're right,
before.
but you could see the donation history.
Yeah. Right.
I'm scrolling through the donation history, right?
Yeah.
Most of these are like $5, $20, $25, $50 donations. These aren't like $1,000 donations.
Right.
These aren't like, someone just dumped, $100. And, you see once in a while $100 or a $200
a big
donation,
giver.
but
Right.
most of them are 20, 30, 40, 10,
Holy
5.
crap.
Just people donating and saying, look, yes, I stand with you. I am sick of this as well. I don't want to see this crap anymore. And just here we
Oh.
go. And, some people are probably going to get really upset about this because, of course, meme lords are going to meme through everything, right? So,
Yeah.
there's a meme going around of a truck going down a road, and Justin Trudeau, who's Justin Trudeau?
Canadian guy.
Canadian guy, what?
He's like,
He's the Prime Minister of Canada. Yeah, good job.
He's that top guy.
But so it's a picture of a truck driving down the road with Justin Trudeau jogging in front of it. And then it's hashtag Let's Go Justin. Yeah.
Nice. Well, so yeah, it's the Let's Go Brandon of
It's the Let's Go Brandon of Ottawa. Well, not of Ottawa, of Canada. Yeah, and so they're calling it the Trucker Lockdown 2022.
Great.
And to be fair, they're taking it seriously up there, the government. They moved Trudeau to an undisclosed location because obviously they arrived in the town where he lives and works. But
So you gotta take safety precautions.
Yeah, and
Which
that's
very
fair. You
understandable.
gotta do that, because this sounds almost weird, but I have a feeling we'll see more violence up there from this than we did down here on January 6th, and then a bunch of people throwing a temper tantrum about that.
Right. Oh, yeah.
And guess what? Elon Musk is in full support of this wonderful thing.
Oh, how is that guy not canceled yet?
And the truckers are threatening to stay in Ottawa until all the mandates and restrictions are lifted.
In Canada. Holy crap.
And so essentially they're parked like in all the streets all around the town, essentially stopping any
Anything.
traffic from going through Ottawa.
That's nuts.
Yeah, so thousands of trucks and vehicles will be surrounding Parliament and blocking off access to Ottawa, demanding an end to all lockdowns and all COVID-19 mandates and restrictions.
Oh my gosh.
So if they actually do that, that will be interesting to watch as that happens.
See, part of me is like, okay, that's cool. But part of me is like, no.
Why is the part of you no?
I get why they're doing it. And like I'm in support as to why they're doing it. But that's just gonna hurt them though. Well, that's gonna hurt. I mean, it's gotta hurt the economy a little bit.
Yeah.
For how big the area that they have blocked off. Like people, if they can't get to their jobs.
So if you want to view
It's like-
some photos of what's going on up in Canada, if you go to Twitter and you search for the hashtag Freedom Convoy 2022,
Mhm.
you could see that not only are truckers doing this, but farmers are taking like their big
Tractors and-
tractors and everything into the town as well.
So yeah, so
And what did Trudeau call all these people that are protesting?
probably nothing good.
The fringe, a small fringe minority with unacceptable views.
Bruh.
This is how you don't double down.
Oh no. So how's he gonna take care of him? What's he gonna do?
And that's the problem. Is that's what I said. This could
be very bad.
it could definitely turn off. It could definitely turn into a bloody thing.
Right.
And what's sad is, okay, if I was Brewer, I would be all conspiratorial mode. Because what's happening internationally right now? That's a big news story.
What's happening internationally right now?
Yeah.
That's a big news story. I feel like
That
there's a lot of things.
like a majority of the news is covering.
Right now.
Yeah.
Right now.
Ukraine, Russia.
Oh, okay. I have That's funny. I just watched a prison video on Ukraine. Anywho.
So, if I was conspiratorial, I'd be like, well, Ukraine, Russia is a wag the dog situation, so we don't focus on
What else is what's
these other
happening?
things, these other protests and mandates and all that are fun stuff.
I mean, yeah. Conspiracy theories seem to be more and more tempting and interesting.
Well, what was
as
it?
time goes
I
on.
was hearing someone, it was like someone saying the conspiracy theory of today is the news of next year.
That's kind of a cool way to put it. That's interesting. I feel like, yeah, I don't know. There's just so much stuff going on now. It's like, how can you not be conspiratorial about it? I suppose.
Sometimes I have to agree, and then sometimes I have to go, wait, nope. I need to start looking at reality and remember what's going on. But because the Russia thing is a big thing, regardless. This is a big thing, regardless.
Oh yeah.
And you can pay attention to both, but when one is getting more attention than the other. But like I said, if you want to see some more, go to Twitter and search for Freedom Convoy 2022, and you could see a bunch of the stuff. And you know what? This will upset a lot of people, so I'm not sure where I stand with this yet either.
What do you mean will upset a lot of people?
They keep showing in this thread, in this stream,
yeah.
a bunch of churches churches and like nuns on the side of the road with signs that say, "God bless the trucker convoy."
Oh my gosh. So that's where, like, I get what they're doing and why they're doing it. That's, I guess that is like a thing where it's frustrating because it's like it has to come to that, level
Yeah.
to get people's attention. But it's like then at the same time, if you're just gonna do that, it's like, what about all the business that you're like? Well, I mean, for your job, you're not gonna be doing your job anymore. So all the stuff that you'd be transporting your job's not gonna happen. And then, I mean, things are already getting short as they were not already. Now things are already gonna get even worse around here for
Well, it's going to get especially
inventory.
worse up in Canada,
Up in Canada.
where a
I
lot of
mean,
this.
if guys from the US are leaving to go up and support that.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, everywhere where truckers are stopping, if there's already been a shortage now, that's gonna make an even bigger shortage, and it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
To say the least.
And if you go to Twitter, because you can search for like trending topics and trending tweet things. This was posted 1 hour ago. Okay, this is a screenshot for 1 hour ago, so 3:05 p.m. Central Time. The hashtag Truckers for Freedom 2022, 143,000 tweets. Okay,
Okay.
the hashtag I Stand with Trudeau, Justin Trudeau,
Yeah.
2,757 tweets. That's what you call a ratio.
Rough. Yeah, he's not winning that.
So-
Sorry.
So you know what? Another thing that's trending right now on good old Twitter.
I never go on Twitter.
I know.
I don't have Twitter.
What are kind of big thing happened this week?
the thing that you told me about?
The thing that I told you about.
Yeah, like the bridge.
Well, there's a bridge thing. Yep, that one again was another one that's like, hey, conspiratory.
Yes.
But the another thing that's trending on Twitter is thank you, Spotify.
Oh, the good old Music Man.
The Music Man.
Neil. Well, I mean, there's a lot of music
As I say, there's a lot of music people
on Spotify.
So yeah, Neil Young.
Neil Young.
What are some of Neil Young's greatest hits?
Old Man. That's my probably
Old Man.
Old Man. Yeah, that's
Is that really a song of his? I honestly don't know.
yeah. No, it is. Yeah, and that was one I played with the Sentinels cover band. Gosh, I know he's got several others. I don't know the names of them. I've never been.
Let's see here. Down by the River.
Okay.
From 1969.
Nice.
Hey Hey My
Oh.
79. Heart of Gold from 1972.
Yes.
Southern Man from 1970. Rockin' in the Free World from 1989.
Free World. Yeah.
Powderfinger.
No, that
from
doesn't
1979. Harvest Moon.
Okay.
1992. Like a Hurricane.
Wow. Oh.
1977. Sugar Mountain. 1969. Cinnamon Girl. 1969.
Oh, that's right. That was Neil did that one too.
After the Gold Rush.
Okay.
Albuquerque. Really?
What?
Effing Up.
What? Really?
1990.
Oh, wow. No, Old Man?
Wrecking Ball.
What?
Cortez the Killer.
What?
Will to Live. Old Man.
Yay.
That was ranked number 17 of top 25 songs. And I've been going backwards from number 1 backwards.
Oh.
Cowgirl in the Sand. Let's Impeach the President. He did that against George W. Bush.
Of course. Okay, that makes sense.
Sleeps with Angels.
Okay.
Walk On. Comes a Time. Walks Like a Giant. Like an Inca. The Needle and the Damage Done was number 25. That's according to Billboard, his top 25 songs.
Wow.
Backward first to last.
Well, I know a few of those.
So I will be honest, the only one I know on there is Old Man.
Really? Okay. I forgot about Rocking in the Free World, Heart of Gold. Yeah.
So for those who have kind of been under a bush, or a rock, or have been living in their parents' basement, or
Well,
something
what
like that.
the
That was not against you.
heck?
So recently, Joe Rogan has had some people on his podcast that people go, well, we don't like him. We don't like this person. You shouldn't be doing that. They have a different opinion than us. So
We
da-da-da."
don't like you.
Yeah.
Stupid people.
So, Neil Young said, hey, you know what? Either choose me or Rogan.
Bye, Neil.
And he's like, and I want my music off. Well, there's a couple pieces of issues with that. First off, Neil technically doesn't own his music anymore.
Oh, that's
He's-
embarrassing.
So he sold his
He's-
library
yeah.
at one point. And there's a lot of times when that can happen, but doesn't matter, right?
Right.
Ultimately, Spotify said, okay. And they pulled Neil's.
Oh my gosh. You see, you're not relevant. Sorry, Neil.
And I saw a lot of jokes about like a bunch of boomers will be upset once they figure out how to use Spotify that Neil Young is gone.
He's no longer available.
I was just like, and I literally had to go, Neil who?
Not the guy that did Sweet Caroline. That's Neil Diamond. Those people that confuse them.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I don't know. I think what was it? Even Leonard Skinner. I remember they ripped on him, and I thought it was Sweet Home Alabama. So it sounds like he hasn't had a great name for himself to some point anyway. His time has gone on. He always had like a really, it's like, I don't know, kind of like a whiny voice for sure. So
Yes.
Spotify's not missing much.
And it's not like his music has been pulled from everywhere else.
No,
It's just
just
from
spoofy.
just from Spotify, and the Spotify had to choose. They had to choose either the wonderfulness that was Neil Young, and I'm sure they made tens of cents on him every year,
Yeah.
or they had to choose Joe Rogan, whom they make a ton
Probably
of money
a lot
with.
of money off of him.
Well, Joe Rogan's contract.
Oh no.
Do you know how much that was?
Mm-mm.
Just take a guess what they think it was about.
His contract.
Mhm.
I mean, it's got to be like around $1 million. Or, is he in the millions? No. That'd be a little high, wouldn't it?
So they never released the actual details because a lot of contracts are negotiated like that, right?
Yeah.
But various sources from within Spotify came out says it could be well more. Now this is over multi-years, so this isn't like a 1 year like upfront
okay.
payment.
That's yeah.
So this
alright,
is
for
over
sure.
multiple years, but it could be worth more than 100 million for that contract for Rogan to go exclusively to Spotify.
Oh my gosh.
So they're licensing it exclusively from him.
Yeah.
They don't have control of his show at all. Apparently, that's what he says. But it's distributed exclusively through Spotify, not through anywhere else. So that's why it's like all the new shows
Big money.
even aren't on YouTube or anything like that. They're all exclusively
On Spotify.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I wonder how long that's for.
They just say multi-year.
$100 million.
But the thing is, you don't even have to be like a Spotify premium member to get it.
to listen to that?
Yeah, even if you're a Spotify free member, you can listen to his, his show. And people have been upset with him recently because how dare he bring on scientists that disagree with Fauci over things?
Oh, Fauci is the science. That's why nobody understands quite like he does.
Yep, Fauci's the
got it.
science, and I'm the diet. If we're just gonna start making absurd claims like that, I'm just gonna start making absurd claims myself.
That's fair. Yeah,
I mean, I was reading an article this week. So remember, everyone got upset about Fauci and the dogs.
Oh, okay.
So you remember that, right?
Yeah.
what happened with that.
I thought he was like, yeah, he did something weird with the dogs.
They were doing medical testing
Yes.
on the dog.
But yeah.
So it has been, and then, so that happened, right?
Yep.
And then what happened? What was it last week? The monkeys in Pennsylvania.
In Pennsylvania.
They were transporting 100
lab monkeys.
lab monkeys. Apparently the driver thought it was cats in his vehicle, which is weird.
That's what I had heard too. So I was like, I wonder where that got mixed up or how that happened. I don't know.
Yeah,
that's bizarre.
So part of me wonders if that report itself is real. Like I'm like, how does he not know what he's transporting?
Right.
If you were a trucker, I'd be able to ask you and you'd be able to fill me in and teach me, but obviously you're not a trucker yet, so you can't tell me these things. But anyways,
it's just whatever their dispatch.
One of the ladies who she in an interview did say she thought it was a cat in the crate.
Maybe that's where it came from. I don't know.
And she stuck her hand in there.
Oh.
The first part of my brain goes,
don't stick your hand inside.
What sane person decides to put their hand inside a crate with an animal that just went through an accident, knowing that they are probably scared and frightened and maybe injured all at the same time?
It's not the smartest thing to do.
No. So she did this.
Yeah.
And it turns out, no, it's a monkey.
Yeah.
And then she starts showing up with COVID-like symptoms as well as some other symptoms.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, because I just saw the whole like pink eye and just feeling ill.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh no.
So all that happened, right? And then I'm reading through stuff and I'm like, do. And then I come across this other article. Fauci's NIAID funding island. Fauci's NIAID is funding an island of monkeys in South Carolina used for horrific maximum pain experiments. So the National Institute of Health are using an island off the coast of South Carolina to breed monkeys for use in animal experimentation.
Oh my gosh.
So this came out. So we had Beaglegate, we had monkeys on the freeway, and now we have this.
Oh my gosh. See, because I know a majority of people I would imagine would be upset about that.
Yeah. So,
but
so every year, approximately 600 monkeys are taken from the island and shipped to the federal government's laboratories for animal research. There are about 3,044 primates living on the island, with 77% of the population being female. It is estimated that approximately 750 newborn monkeys are born on the island to await their use for medical use. I'll put it that way, each year.
Use.
Yeah.
Huh.
They get about $8.9 million in funding a year, and a sizable chunk it comes from the NIAID of the NIH, which Dr. Fauci oversees there.
Of course.
And the monkeys themselves are owned by the NIAID. So
he's torturing monkeys. Well, using them as guinea pig.
Yeah, so
lab rats.
They do experimentation such as development of diseases, and then that dissect the monkey. That's great, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. That sounds lovely. Not at all.
So it's essentially they, find, like, they inject the monkeys with a disease that's real painful, withhold any medication from them, and then see how the bodies are impacted after like 17 days, and then they kill them and then dissect them. At least they kill them at some point, but
right. But is that after? I guess most of the bad stuff has already happened.
Yeah, that's after the pain has already happened.
Yeah.
So this was brought to light due to a group out there. It's called like White Coat? One second. White Coat Waste is an organization that got these documents from the government, and they basically released them out and said, "Hey, look, we want to show you what is happening with taxpayer money." I almost went southern there for a second. Taxpayer money just be like, hey, look at these other things that are happening out there. And yeah, so like they do stuff on Ebola virus,
Wow.
filoviruses that cause a
Why?
viral hemorrhagic disease, which rapidly progresses from the onset, includes high fever, anorexia, recumbency, development of macular rash, multi-organ failure. Yeah.
Now what? Like what? Guess what are they test? I mean, I guess I don't. I just don't. I don't know. I'm confused. I guess as to like why you need these labs to test on monkeys.
The
Like,
thought
what are they finding that they feel like they have to test on them?
the
Or are
thought
they making stuff?
well, so they're testing in this case
Yeah.
various viruses that potentially or are lethal and deadly to humans. And the thought is, from an evolutionary standpoint, that since monkeys and humans are so closely related,
Yeah.
how a monkey behaves is how a human may behave.
But what are these viruses coming from?
Well, like Ebola, where does that come from? Africa.
Africa.
Mostly. That's where you hear about it mostly.
Yeah.
These other diseases are from all around the world, but they're viruses that, we could get here somehow. Like one that we'll probably never get is the Crimean Congo hemorrhagic fever.
What the heck? That sounds awful. How do you
Yeah,
get that?
they have some pictures about it too. Don't look at it. It's nasty.
Ugh.
But
How do you
th-
get it?
how do you get it?
Yeah.
Well, you get it from livestock or ticks.
Oh, from tick?
So a tick, right,
Mm-hmm.
will find an infected animal, right? So like a rabbit or a wild fowl of some sort.
Yeah.
That tick will then go from one of those animals to livestock. The livestock will then give it to humans through like, you can get it through like fecal matter or whatever, you don't wash your hands right or, breathe it in, stuff like that. Or the tick can get on the human, then the human can give it to another human.
Whoa.
So it's a deadly virus. It's
Right.
not one that is crazy popular, but it's also not one that you hear about. It's one that you
Much.
don't hear about, but can be deadly. Um, you know, what's funny is where is it? Mostly the Middle East is where you see it.
Okay.
Where it's 50 or more reported cases a year, but it does go up into Russia, India, Africa. It goes some into Europe as well, but it's not like we're not talking hundreds of thousands.
No.
We're talking, maybe hundreds a year of
That's
these
nothing.
cases. So it's not the worst thing in the world. At the
No.
same time, it's not nothing. It definitely
Right.
is
If we were to get
something
around.
to be worried about. So yeah,
Shh, don't say that.
why?
We're just gonna have more lockdowns.
Oh, okay. So okay. So Neil Young,
He gone. He
he's gone.
vanished.
There's another artist who now wants their stuff removed if they don't pull Rogan off.
No, wow. Who would that be?
I'm going to list off the songs, and I
have to
want you to guess who this is because
Oh.
I have a feeling that they are just, so popular that you'll get them right away.
Oh.
Let's see here.
It's a great one.
Well, the thing is, like, I could give you the song list in alphabetical order, but I want the most popular songs of all
Okay.
time
Okay.
because that might give you
A better idea, hopefully.
a better idea of this. So, starting at number 10. So, this is their top 10 songs of this artist. I'll give you the song name and the year. Woodstock from 1970.
Okay.
Carrie from 1971. And that's Carrie, Carey.
Okay.
Raised on Robbery, 1974. You Turn Me On, I'm a Radio, 1972. River, 1971. Both Sides, Now, 1969 and 2000. A Case of You, 1971. Free Man in Paris, 1974. Help Me, 1974. Big Yellow Taxi, 1970.
I feel like I should know this one.
I would be impressed if you know this. I had no idea who this was. I had to
Really?
look him up.
Who is it?
Joni Mitchell.
Oh, I've heard. I've heard that name. Yeah.
So you don't know who Joni Mitchell is? And I'm looking at their list of their songs. They have quite a few number of songs. So
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna be like, oh, they were a one-time hit.
Yeah,
thing.
one hit wonder kind
No,
of thing.
no, they had a bunch of songs.
Yeah.
Joni,
okay.
But yep, so they have joined in on the protest and said either me or Rogan.
So bye, Joni.
I'm gonna guess yes, and she only made this demand like 6 hours ago or something like that.
Oh,
so it's
okay,
only
well, yeah,
was only reported like 6. It was only reported like 6 hours ago. So
I wonder how many of these old musicians are going to try and do this for Neil Young.
well, I mean, considering Neil Young's already gone, so
Right. Well, yeah, I'm just wondering if would they reconsider if so many of them start doing that, hopping on the same bandwagon.
yep. And then obviously the news of today that just hit earlier this morning
What is that?
that I'm sure
I
you
haven't-
have absolutely no care about at all about, but one of your friends does care because she went all the way down to Florida with her wife to watch this person play.
Hold up. Wait, what? Wait, one of my friends cares?
Yeah,
Because she went where?
to Florida
She went to Florida. One of my friends went to Florida.
to watch this person play a football game.
Hold up.
Tom Brady is retiring, apparently.
Wait, who went to Florida?
She used to be your favorite bartender.
It was I was thinking either her. Oh, okay. I was thinking either her. Okay. Because I was like, wait. I was like, did she just do this? I was like, no, she couldn't have just done this.
Yeah, she did
Really? She just.
for like one of his most recent games.
Oh wow, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Dang, Tom. And I mean, it's been rumored that Aaron's going to be gone as well or leaving as well.
Yeah, we'll see
But
about Aaron Rodgers.
I hope he does. Get out of here.
Well, he said he doesn't want to do a rebuilding season,
Right,
right? But
right.
the coaches have said they don't want to do rebuilding either.
Oh,
So if they don't do rebuilding, he may
he
stay.
might stick around.
But why do you want to see him go?
I don't know. I mean, he's getting old.
Yeah, he's getting old.
He's not going to get any better.
I didn't know if maybe you were like all upset
Oh.
about him about his.
Oh no, I don't know. It's just
So
man,
many-
You're getting old, dude.
So many
Just-
people were upset about Aaron Rodgers saying that he was immune, and then they took that as he was vaccinated, and then when it turns out he wasn't vaccinated, they got all.
Oh, yeah, they're
everyone got
all
upset.
pissy about it. And it was that was a. I heard plenty about that at work because, well, I'd say a majority of the people, which it's not a lot of people, but they're sports people, so they'll talk about sports stuff a lot.
Oh, of course.
But wow, to hear Tom Brady's going, I'm surprised he didn't try and stick around for one more year and have it go better next time.
It makes me warm and cuddly and happy
Inside.
Yeah.
Tom's leaving.
hearing that the Tom is the leaving.
I mean, because him and Aaron are they're pretty close in age. They're both in their 40s. I'm pretty sure. At least I thought so.
Really? You think Aaron Rodgers is in his 40s?
Someone was saying that he's like 44.
Rodgers?
Yeah. So I was like, what? How old is he? 34? Or maybe did I hear 40?
Me and him were born 7 months apart.
He's 30. Who said he was like in his 40s? Or maybe was he talking about Brett Favre? Maybe they're talking about Brett Favre.
Aaron Rodgers was born December 2nd, 1983.
You're not in your 40s, Paul.
No, I'm not. Thank you.
Who was telling me that? Well, probably somebody that wasn't a sports person then. Why do I listen to them?
I don't know. Why do you listen to them?
Because I listen to anybody and everything. Just kidding.
So how old is Brett Favre then?
Currently?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know how old he is currently.
52.
Okay.
So he's quite a bit older than
Well, yeah, he's older than Rodgers for sure.
Yep. I love how like the articles that are coming out. with Brady's retirement, Rodgers is still not the oldest quarterback yet.
So wait, how old is Brett Favre right now? You said 50 what?
52.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he'd have been about 40 when, well, yeah, 40, 41 when he retired.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. I will say, Aaron did look, because I saw a picture of Aaron. It was just, they shared a picture. I think it was of him. Was it after the loss to San Fran or the 49ers?
Mhm.
And it showed like the quote, like if they're planning on rebuilding, he doesn't want to be part of the whole like a rebuilt team, whatever.
Right.
He looked so old in that photo, though.
Oh, I know.
He looks just worn and beat, which I mean, I guess after that game he kind of was, but I don't know. I mean, what he had? Didn't he break? Was it both sides or just one side for his collarbone?
I am not sure.
He's been through several injuries, so it's like, I don't know. But also, I'm not a big sports person, so I shouldn't really even say anyway. I just don't care. He's getting old. Stop.
Yeah.
Stop while you can.
No, he is getting old. That's the thing. And, being beat up like that in football, I'm sure it's a
Yeah,
lot worse than I
hits you
wouldn't
a lot
even want to
harder.
even guess. But yeah.
Yeah.
So you have all this crazy stuff just happening right at the start of 2022.
Well, then, speaking of the sad things,
Mhm.
being the whole Bob Saget and Betty White and
Well, okay.
Meatloaf, everybody's dying now too.
Okay. Betty White, come on. She was how old?
Well, she was almost 100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I did see it. I saw a billboard saying that she had passed too soon. I was like, are you kidding?
Yeah, I've seen that
okay.
as well. So yeah, Betty
Wow.
White. Okay, she was old.
She's
So
older than sliced bread.
literally, that is true.
Yeah.
So people going, "Oh, I can't believe it." It's like, really? You couldn't believe it?
You
She was
can't-
99. I could easily see it.
Right.
And yes, Betty White, don't get me wrong. I'm a Golden Girls fan, so
I've never seen. Oh, I've seen snippets of Golden Girls. I've never watched it.
so don't get me wrong. It's not. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, she passed away. I enjoyed her Saint Olaf stories on there, but those were scripted for her. It's not like she came up with them on the top of her
That's
head. At
not
least I don't
her.
think.
Right.
But still, I get it. You associate
Yeah.
them with the character that you like and that you've seen before. But yeah, and she did a lot of fundraising for animal shelters and that. So that was definitely a
cool.
good thing. So animal shelters were doing donations and charity events up the wazoo after she died in memory of her, and they raised a lot of money, which is good.
Yeah.
So and there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, but the whole thing with Saget, that was completely unexpected. I don't think anyone saw that coming, and they don't think it
right.
was anything with foul play or drugs or anything like that yet.
Right. Yeah.
It'll take a little bit of time to do all the autopsies and figure out for sure. And I'm sure
Right.
if it ends up being due to drugs, people are gonna be like, "What the heck?"
Right. Yeah.
And then the Meatloaf thing, I remember reading about that. I had no idea anything else about that.
Just know about him being a musician. That, and then memes came out about him quickly.
Yeah.
And one was
What? Say it.
It made me so sad.
Why?
It was the meme. It was showing a casket going pushed into a furnace and saying loaf like cooking instructions, like 1400 degrees Fahrenheit for a few minutes or whatever. I'm just like, oh
Wow.
I was like, why so soon with that? It's like, okay.
So there was another one that maybe you would like. I'm looking through the list of all the celebrities that have died so far in 2022.
Yeah.
And actually, it's a decent list, but I don't know any of them except for Saget, Betty White, and Louis Anderson. He was a comedian. I don't know if you were a kid, if you ever saw the cartoon like Bobby's World or whatever. So he did that. He also did a few other things, but yeah, so he died of blood cancer.
Oh, blood cancer. Wow.
Yeah.
That's one I haven't heard a lot. Wow.
So yeah, Betty White, blah, blah, blah. The other ones, I'm like, I don't know who you are. I'm trying to think if you would know Louis Anderson from anywhere else.
Probably not.
That I can think of. But
It's me.
But yeah, so you had all those things happening. I was just like, oh, geez, Louise.
Been a wild start to 2020,
Yeah.
to
So
say the least.
I was like, yeah, we got a good one going here for us.
Yeah.
As I roll my eyes a little bit,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh boy. Because can you
Just-
imagine though if the truckers end up staying there for months at a time?
Yeah.
What's that going to do to supply chain that's already stressed out beyond?
It's gonna get worse. Hey, maybe. Well, that would be bad. But I was gonna say maybe we won't be able to get any Velcro shipped to Speed Tech, and then
You don't get Velcro shipped to Speed Tech. You still have
then-
your normal expenses like rent and electricity, heat, and that.
I
And then you
get
don't make any
paid for
sales,
it.
which means your bank account for the
Ex-
company is going down, which then means the company goes out of business, which then means you all are unemployed and have no job, which then means you all have to go find new jobs elsewhere as the company owner is now left without business, which then means all the people that he was supplying are now without their product, which means they now go spend money and get product from somewhere else, which means a total collapse of the system. Welcome to the wonderful world that we live in where Civil War II is right around the corner.
Oh, joy.
And I say that half jokingly,
But
half 100% serious,
right, it's possibility.
because unfortunately, the way we're going, I can see it happening where all of a sudden it's like, okay, congratulations, we are done with this. Now it is time for you all to die.
People go snap.
I mean, seriously, people are snapping.
Oh, yeah, they're snapping already.
People, I don't know if you saw this video. It's an older video when masks were a lot more mandatory around here, and they were mandatory essentially everywhere else. It was a woman following a guy around the store. Because how dare
He not wear a mask.
he not wear a mask? And she's just going on and on and on and on and on. Like literally following him through the entire store while he's doing stuff and just making a big scene about it.
Do you not have anything better to do with your time? Clearly not.
I swear, if you ever need to take a sanity break and be like, "Am I insane or is the rest of the world insane?" You
Watch
don't
this
you don't have
lady.
to be a Twitter user, but go to Twitter and go find libs of TikTok, because you will find stuff on there that will go, yeah, okay, I'm not the insane one. Good. I'm glad I'm not the insane one. I'm actually kind
somewhat
of normal.
together.
Because some of the stuff that you find on there is just,
It's terrifying.
now some of the stuff you also have to validate that it is actual valid news, Like they had on there, they were showing a video of someone who said that she was fired from school because she didn't meow to a student to affirm their catness. And then, so they're promoting that and they're showing the video. It's the video that the person put out there, right? Well, guess what? A few days later, she goes, "Now you all see why there's fake news everywhere, because of you all reporting on what I did." And that never actually happened, but she put it out there as a narrative.
Yeah.
And then it came back that wasn't actually what
no.
happened. But yeah, so I'm going to play a video. This is from Libs of TikTok, January 23rd.
Crazy Karen?
The title is "The Masked Police Are the Absolute Worst. What a Lunatic."
Masked Nazi loses it at a grocery store.
I was raped like me when I was 16. Oh, no, I'm sorry, I was 17. I forget. Because I'm mentally ill. Okay, let's try again.
And she's just kind of like staring at the guy,
Stuff in his beard.
looking for stuff in his beard.
Do you hear those voices? Salad Joe Cheddarberry. I did.
And she's like waving at him right now, right in his face. Now she's dancing in the
I
aisle.
hear snapping.
These people wore a mask. Isn't that rude?
Isn't that rude?
I always ask you to wear a mask.
I just looked up and I started dancing. Now she started laughing.
I'm a cheerleader! Woo! Let's bring it on, buddy! Let's do this!
Let's do this.
Gosh, that would be so annoying. I wouldn't know what to do.
They're just continuing to shop.
Yeah.
I would honestly be hard pressed to be like, ma'am, go away or what? So it might get violent.
Leave me alone.
I bet you voted for Trump, didn't you?
Oh my gosh.
Trump! Woo!
And she's walking with them as they're trying to walk away.
Woo! Okay. Let's see this. My name's Karen! Woo!
She said, my name's Karen.
Oh my gosh.
Woo!
That's not something you have to be proud of.
Woo! Jimmy Kimmel! Jimmy Fallon! Coleman! Woo!
What?
My initial reaction was, does she have Tourette's where she just randomly says names?
See, where does that come in from?
Woo!
Ah.
Bring this on! Let's go kill some children! Woo! See this! Let's do this!
And she's wearing a face mask that says Baylor on it. So it's
Baylor.
green and Baylor is in gold. So I'm guessing Baylor's like a school that, and this looks to be like a Kroger store. So like a Pick and Save or one of the other Kroger
Yeah,
stores based
right.
on the signage in it. And it was around Christmas time because they had a Heineken Christmas tree in there. So, you know, that gives you an indication of kind of time frame when it was,
Yeah.
as well as the, you know, that Baylor, I'm sure is probably going to give it away where it's from, but I just saw that and I was like, seriously, people.
Wow. I'm so glad I haven't come across anybody like that. Which makes me happy for
Yeah,
the most part.
yeah, I know. And then you have this.
I don't know.
Get out.
Get out!
You
Get out! Get out! Get out!
What you guys doing? Get out.
Get out!
What you guys doing?
Get out! Get out! Get out!
They're trying to push this guy out of an elevator.
Get out.
Do not touch me!
Get out. I'm not touching you. Oh, did you just hit me? Did you just hit me?
You just hit
You just hit me? You too?
So for context, like one of the ladies like has her phone like right in the guy's face, like taking pictures and that. He's
Yeah.
recording it obviously.
Yeah.
And one of them hit him to get out. And they're like, don't touch us, don't touch us.
Black Lives Matter!
Yo, this is racist. Wow.
Get out!
This is
Black Lives Matter!
Black Lives
Black
Matter.
Lives Matter!
Stop. Yo, stop recording. I don't know you. Yo, you need to stop.
Get
No, I'm not getting out. I was
Yes,
here
you
first.
are!
Get out.
And they're repeating Black Lives Matter because he's a black guy.
Yeah.
And I'm just sort of going,
Wait, what was so they're trying to push him out of the elevator?
yeah, because he wasn't wearing a mask.
Man.
Yeah. And then you have this fun little stuff here from
Inside the
the
cafeteria at Palm Elementary School, something unthinkable happened. After a student threw away an unwanted waffle, this lunchroom monitor pulled it out and made the girl eat it. The lawyer for the student's family reacted just moments after seeing it for the first time himself.
The video is shocking. I mean, you know, it's disheartening, it's disturbing, and it's really what this child has been saying from the beginning.
In the video released by the school district, the worker holds the food out, even wipes it off before setting it down in front of the child.
And while doing so, intimidates her, scares her, and is an eye shot of the principal of the school during almost the entire video.
and that's from
Inside
the
the cafeteria
that's
at
from
Palm
the
Elementary.
that's from the Independent, you know, a reputable news source as well that they're reporting on that.
Right.
So it's like, oh boy.
I mean, I remember one of my I guess it probably wouldn't have been with the waffle, because that would just I mean, I don't know. How do you clean a waffle off that well? I don't know. But like he would find, and generally it would be stuff that's already bagged. Like he would dig through the garbage to find food that kids were just throwing away from their lunches. And But like he wouldn't, I guess, he wouldn't force the kids to eat it. He would take it out, put it in the bowl, and sometimes he'd start eating it. But he's like, because he would get so upset about kids wasting.
Yeah, but
food.
at least he's eating it, not
right,
trying to have a kid eat it.
Forcing the kid to be like, you threw this away and you eat it. No, he's not. He didn't do that. But I mean, he made sure to let kids know, don't be doing that. Because again, yeah, he just hates the thought of wasting food like that.
Yeah,
and that was also when they started. They put a picture of it was in a third world country, but it was like kids like almost it looked like
were they like sad kids looking at you as you were going to throw away your tray?
No, well, it was showing like kids from third world countries and stuff like showing them that they didn't have much food, and if they did have food, it wasn't great stuff. So it's like be appreciative of what you have here, kind of thing. But yeah, no, thankfully none of our teachers were crazy enough to force us to eat stuff that was just thrown away.
Yeah. Unless you think that the world is getting sane at all, part of me wants to think, oh, the world's getting saner, right?
No.
So what was January 25th? January 25th was National Compliment Day. Okay.
Aw, how nice. I didn't get any.
This Twitter account. Here's some non-appearance related compliments you can give someone.
Non-appearance related?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You're so good at smashing the patriarchy. You're a great comrade. You make the world a better place by hating all cops in it.
What?
You inspire me to abolish gender. You make liberation joyful. Those were their non-appearance related compliments.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, the world is not getting sane at all.
So you got all that going on. And then what did Biden do recently? He's done a lot of things. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. The whole we're going to bring decency back to the White House sort of deal. And then he does that sort of stuff. And to be fair, though, he called the reporter that he called an SOB and said,
yeah, he said, so it's nothing personal, man.
Yeah, it's nothing personal.
Yeah.
It's just, I want you to understand it's nothing personal. Just you're going to ask questions, but still you're an SOB.
You're going to ask questions I'm not prepared for.
And then, yeah. So 2022 is off to a great start. And if you feel like you need even more great start to 2022,
oh no,
I'm going to make you watch this because I had to watch it. I'm not going to play it here because the audio doesn't translate, but let me put it this way. It's Mermaid Tales for fat men.